Hi everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and today's video I want to show you something a little unique that you've probably never thought of, and that is how to take a regular cut image and turn it into a print and cut image in Silhouette software. So I am on the business edition, but this can be done in any of the editions of Silhouette Studio that you have, and we are going to use the lemonade box card, excuse me. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to print and then cut all of these images if, say, you don't have yellow or green paper or the right paper that you want to use. And it's really very simple. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to click on my two box pieces and I'm going to slide them off the mat over onto the left hand side because I'm going to cut those out of regular brown paper. So the next thing I want to do is the images that I'm going to change into print and cut, I find is easier to move them over to the gray area as well. So this would be my first piece for the outside of the box. And I'm going to just slide it right over here to the gray, and then I'm going to zoom in so that I can really see what I'm doing. So this piece right here is kind of the shadow or the guide that you're going to glue all your pieces to. If I were to just cut this out of regular paper, I would cut these individual pieces and then I would glue them on to this piece right here, and then I would glue that piece on to my box card. But I'm going to do it a little bit different today. So this piece, I still want it to cut out. So I'm going to leave it just as it is and kind of slide it to the side a little bit. These pieces right here, my lemon pieces and my leaf pieces, are the ones that I actually want to print. So I'm going to select them all, just click and drag over the top of them. And then I'm going to come up here to our color line window and I'm going to hit the drop down arrow and select this. It looks like a little hash mark. What that is it means there's no line color. So if I click that, you'll notice that the red cut line on these images disappeared. Now the reason I brought it over to the gray area is if I take my white piece and I slide it over to my white mat, it kind of looks like it's gone because it's a white piece, it's on a white mat, and there's no lines on it. So that's why I bring it to the gray area of my screen before I change the lines. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer this just like I would if it was already cut from paper. So I'm going to bring this lemon piece right up here. This is the inside lemon piece. And select it and just kind of bump it up a little bit. I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard. Do the same with this white piece and then the leaves. And if it's not lining up exactly right, I mean the layers aren't lining up, you may need to bring it to the front or adjust the layers a little bit. I've tried to layer this so that it will work without you having to do that. But just as an example, if this green piece right here was not where it needed to be, I can right click and then I can bring it to the back or the front, or bring it one step at a time. So let me just show you. If I wanted that piece, I would hit bring to front, and now it's not right because it's in front of the leaf, or excuse me, in front of the lemon. So all I'm going to do is do send backwards. Now it's behind one of those pieces, the white piece. Send backwards, it's behind the dark yellow. Send backwards again, and it's behind the dark yellow, if that makes sense. Now that I have all of my pieces lined up, I'm going to select the whole thing. I'm going to group it. So I right click and group, or you can use your group buttons up here. Go back to the main screen and bring that over, and now I'm going to do it with this piece. So I'm going to actually close this page setup window so you can see what I'm doing. So that's my first piece, and here are the pieces that go on that first insert. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to zoom in I'm going to select all of these lemon pieces, my lemon and my leaf. I'm going to come over here to the color line panel, do the drop down and select none. I am not changing the cut line on the insert pieces, on the brown pieces, because I actually want those to cut. And now again, I'm just going to layer. So bring that up. I like to do print and cut because, like I said at the beginning, sometimes you might not have the right color of paper, or you're just in a hurry. There's not as much cutting and gluing once you've done this because everything is all ready to go. And it doesn't take as much ink as you might think it does. I will tell you that every printer prints a little bit different, and so the color on your screen may not be the exact color you get when you print it, and that's okay. You can adjust your print setting to a high quality if your colors aren't quite bright and vivid, but for the most part it's going to work just fine. Okay, so there is my first insert piece. I'm going to select it all and group. Come back to full screen, slide this over. We're going to do it with this second insert piece. I'm going to zoom in. Oops. And I actually want to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Select just the embellishment pieces, the lemon pieces. Come over to your line color, drop down and select none. Now on this one, I have 2 lemon pieces, 2 full lemons, and they are the same color of yellow. And you'll notice when I put one on top of the other, they kind of blend in, so I don't have that the edge of one lemon showing. And you can either leave it like that, or if you want to, you can select one of the lemons and just change it by a shade. And so they're 2 different colors, but you get that line in there. So really it's completely up to you what you want to do. Usually I just leave them, but for this one I wanted to show you how to change it. Get that right in there. Again, I'm just using my arrow keys to get that all lined up. Oops. Once you've practiced this a few times, it goes really fast. Okay, select all of that, group it, go back to my main screen. This is my fit to main screen window. I'm going to slide it over here, and I'm going to do it one more time. Zoom in. Change the jar. Whoops. Change the jar to the no line color. Just layer it on there. Lemonade in there. Select it all and group, and bring it back to my main screen. Okay, so now these pieces are ready to be cut. If I wanted to print my fence pieces and my flag, I could do that as well. They're just a solid color, or I can cut them out of the solid colored paper, whichever you choose. So again, if you didn't have quite the right color, you could go ahead and print it. I'm just going to slide these to the side and cut them out of the actual color that I want. So now I have my banner. And the way that this is this is the banner that I can handwrite or stamp something on, and then this is the background banner. I also have a print and cut banner already made. So I'm going to go to File and Merge. Whoops. And I'm going to go to where my PNG is. And I'm going to click on it and select OK. And this one came in kind of small, and I actually did this just to show you that if it doesn't come in at the right size, it's a very easy fix. So I want this printable banner to be the same size as the regular banner that came with it. And so it's 3.449. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one because I don't need it. I'm going to select this one by clicking on it. Up here in the quick access window, I'm going to change the size of it. So I want to lock my padlock, and then I'm going to change the width to the same width that that other one was, which was 3.449, and hit enter. And now that one fits right here on top of the green panel, just like it's supposed to. But before I do that, I want to once again change my line color on this one. So I'm going to come back up to my line color and choose no line color. And then I'm going to line it up right there with my banner. Select both of those and group it. So now all of this is ready to be printed and cut out. So all I want to do is come over to the page setting window or page setup panel. And the first thing I'll do is I'm going to change the media size to letter because my printer is a letter size printer. Then I will come up to the registration marks and turn them on. And now I just want to move all of these pieces that I want to print so that they are inside the red line and not on the hash marks. So then it's all ready to go. I would come up here to my printer or send to printer button and click on it, and a window is going to pop up. It's going to ask me if I want to print it. I'm going to say yes. And the next thing that will happen is your printer box will pop up. So yours will look a little bit different than mine depending on your printer. So you would go ahead and select your printer. I'm going to cancel it at this point and then cancel again. So then once I have it printed, I'll lay it on my mat just like it shows right here. Get the mat preview. So I'm going to lay my paper right on here just like it shows and click on send. Once I'm in the send window, I need to check my lines. And if you come over here, you're going to see that everything is lined red. And I don't want all of these little pieces cut out. That defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. So I'm going to choose line. Under the action part, I'm going to choose line, and then all of my line colors show up. So I have a red line, and that is the one that I want to cut. My no line is not checked because I do not want to cut those line pieces between my lemons and my leaf pieces, if that makes sense. So then all I would do is, I'm not hooked up to my Cameo right now, but then all I would do is hit send. I'd load that up first on the machine, hit send, and it is going to cut out right around all of those pieces. And then you will have all of these pieces all ready to go. You don't have to layer them, glue them, or anything. Your box is just completely ready to put together. So I hope you found this a little bit informative. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact me. And please hit subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you and have a great day.